Goofy, 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 goofy.
So I've been in kind of Mary Poppins mood recently because, I got into the musical at the high school, which is Mary Poppins, and I'm really excited. Although that does mean that my uploads will become even fewer and far betweener than they were because the rehearsal schedule is a lot, and I'm in a lot of scenes, and I'm going to be there for most of the week, and I also have to balance out with normal school stuff, and finals are coming up soon. So I might be taking breaks. So I decided, you know what? Before it all begins, let's give the people what they want. Another video where I give my shitty opinions. And this connects KH to Mary Poppins because a lot of people have said how it would be really good if Mary Poppins was in KH. However, most people seem to agree that, it wouldn't be a combat-focused world. It'd be a minigame world. And while, most likely, I'd like to say and put forward that there could be a Mary Poppins combat-focused world, and there is one way to that, and that one way is the musical, which I have been extensively listening to because I've loved Mary Poppins since I was little, and now I'm in the show. I'm super excited. Anyway, let's get into the two scenarios from the musical that aren't in the movie, or the movie that just aren't in the movie, but I think could work quite well for a combat-focused world.
Brimstone and treacle just for you. Brimstone and treacle just for you. Brimstone and treacle just a spoonful of sugar.
Miss Andrews was a character from the books that was brought into the musical. See, the musical is paced a little differently. In the film, right after Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, we go straight into Jane and Michael going to the bank, Mary Poppins has them go to the bank, whatever. Basically, it goes right into that. However, the musical is 2 acts and needs a bit more running time. So at the end of Act 1, Mary Poppins decides that the kids haven't learned their lessons, so she needs to leave. With Poppins out of the picture, George Banks decides to hire Miss Andrews, his old nanny. She serves them brimstone and treacle, the opposite of spoonful of sugar, and it's basically the polar opposite and kind of evil version of Mary Poppins. The kids run away and meet up with Bert, who sings Let's Go Fly a Kite, and at the end, Mary Poppins returns via one of the kites. So the kids and Poppins return home to find a caged bird. Poppins sets it free, which infuriates Miss Andrew. Thinking the kids did it, she attempts to feed them brimstone and treacle, but then Mary Poppins steps in, contrasts philosophies, and then... Okay, get ready for this. Possesses her, makes her drink brimstone and treacle, and then sends her to hell in a giant bird cage. Now, it's easy to see how this could lend itself to a good Kingdom Hearts combat-focused world. Perhaps Zordon and Goofy arrive in the midst of Jane and Michael running away, do a flying kite minigame where at the end there's a reaction command to retrieve Mary Poppins, then return to the house to fight Miss Andrews, or... if you can't imagine a boss fight with, an old nanny, perhaps the brimstone and treacle summons some sort of Heartless that is the final boss, and maybe there's a reaction command that sends her to hell in a birdcage. There's just a lot of possibilities with this character and scenario, and I do really like the brimstone and treacle song, but there is a song I like better, and a scenario that traumatized me as a child, so now you all have to hear about it. Temper Temper takes place after Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but before Mary Poppins leaves. And it focuses on Jane and Michael fighting, which results in their toys coming to life and demanding that they serve trial for their temper. I know that doesn't sound too bad, but, they sing about how they're never gonna see their parents again, and it scared me, okay?
You will not see your parents for quite some while. Children who refuse to learn will not return. Children who refuse to learn will not return!
This would also make for a great combat-focused scenario. It does make more sense to go with Miss Andrew, as she is more of a villain, being the opposite of Mary, and, would be more for a grand spectacle. But hey, if they were feeling the flow of the cursed toys, they could have a boss fight against Valentine, in the style of, Angelic Amber. They could have, Sora be separated from Donald and Goofy, because it's just the kids in the, Nightmare Land, or whatever. And they could have the song going in the background, because, the song is really good. But that basically concludes my thoughts. Do I think either of these ideas will happen? No, probably not. I would assume they'd go with the movie rather than the musical, but, you know, they have done surprising things before, like The Return of Jafar. They use that, but, could happen. Could happen. But either way, these are just pretty much some fun ideas. And if they're going to do a Mary Poppins world, which they should do, and I think they will, they're probably, going to go with the minigame angle. But, I'm just saying, they could do combat. They could. It's a possibility. And these are just some fun ideas on how to. And, that's kind of it. Bye. Remember, Goofy's your Lord and Savior.